Alright guys, so today we're gonna be reacting to Thomas Sowell, Barack Obama, the man who single-handedly tried to destroy the American Constitution. When it comes down to Thomas Sowell, I really listen carefully because he's a very renowned scholar, especially when it comes down to the Constitution and economic. Right, he's very good on that, and he's not a fan of Barack Obama. I used to be a fan of Barack Obama, but I think we all had that phase in our life. We got blinded by his charm. But in reality, when you really think about things and you start digging a little bit deeper, you know that he was not a friend of the United States. Let's see what Thomas Sowell had to say. Make sure you like and subscribe. We're heading to 10,000 subscribers, okay? With this, let's
John
jump in.
McCain, in the presidential debate of October 16th, on the kinds of judges he would nominate to the Supreme Court, quote, "I will find the best people in the United States of America who have a history of strict adherence to the Constitution and not legislating from the bench," close quote. Barack Obama, during the same debate. If a woman is out there trying to raise a family, trying to support her family, and is being treated unfairly, then the court has to stand up if nobody else will. And that's the kind of judge I want.
That's
Close
unconstrained.
Oh,
That
that's
somehow or
interesting.
other there are people with the judicial robes on who can just decide these things ad hoc, which among other things would mean we would no longer really have law. You would discover, once you got into the courtroom in front of the judge, you would then discover what the decision is, but you'd have no clue beforehand.
So that would, a full embrace of the
Interesting.
unconstrained vision.
So basically, someone that cannot just follow the Constitution, just
which
virtual
Barack
signaling.
Obama seems intent on, would overturn the fundamental basis of American law, which is
Yeah.
a nation of laws, not of men. It would
Absolutely.
be a nation of men, of judges.
Yes.
All right. September of this year, the Rasmussen polling company asked this question: should the Supreme Court make decisions based on what's written in the Constitution and legal precedents, or should it be guided mostly by a sense of fairness and justice? Close quote. 82% of McCain supporters said the Supreme Court should base its decisions on the Constitution. 29% of Obama supporters agree. 11% of McCain supporters said the Supreme Court should make its decisions on fairness. 49% of Obama supporters said that it should. Now, here's the question. You've said McCain constrained, Obama unconstrained.
Yeah.
But what this would seem to indicate, this polling data, that this is not just a debate taking place among politicians or American elites. It's reached very deep into the American public.
absolutely.
49% of Americans think the Supreme
Well,
Court should...
of Obama supporters.
49% of Obama supporters, exactly, say the... So does that startle you? Does it alarm you?
It doesn't startle me, it depresses me. But, you know, this has been going on for a long time. People complain about a court decision
Interesting.
on the basis that, that they wish it had turned out differently. But that isn't the judge's job. There was a wonderful case, and I wish I could remember the title of it, in which Clarence Thomas said that he really agreed with the position taken by one of the litigants in the case, but that he wasn't there to decide that issue. He was there to decide what did the law say, and the law said otherwise, and so he voted against them. You see the same thing in Oliver Wendell Holmes, where in a number of cases he makes very cutting disparagements of one of the litigants in the case, and then votes in favor.
My question will be, what will happen to the United States if the Supreme Court start making decisions based on emotion and virtue signaling? That means that our Constitution just would go down? That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're electing Supreme Courts that are just trying to use virtue signaling, and they just say, you know what, we don't want to follow the Constitution, we just want to make these laws based on how I feel right now. What will happen to the Constitution of the United States?
Reverend, because I'm not here to decide what the merit is. And one of his decisions, he said, I am not at liberty to discuss the justice of the act. The act is what it is, and once I know what that is, that's the decision I have to make.
Well then, if you see, well, one more question here. You write, the unconstrained vision, again I'm quoting you, has tended historically toward creating more equalized economic and social conditions in society, even if the means chosen imply great inequality in the right to decide such issues and choose such means, close quote. inequality and the right to decide issues. Does that tell us why the left in the United States seems so much more comfortable with having courts make social
Oh,
policy? That's what's
absolutely.
going on.
Absolutely. That they want equality of outcomes, and they will choose how to make the outcomes equal. But they don't want
Yeah.
equality of choice on the part of the people themselves. Many of the liberals say that they're for the family because they're for creating all kinds of goodies to give to families. But they want to take away the family's fundamental function, which is making decisions for members of the family itself, particularly the younger members who aren't yet grown.
Interesting. Obama started something that is called, you know, the virtual signaling era. So by starting that era, it's basically it took this inside monster that we have here in the United States called communism. And there's some readings about when he was studying in the Hawaii University, hanging out with a lot of communists. And I didn't know this back then because, again, the way they were presenting Obama was like, if you hate the guy, it's because you hate yourself kind of thing. And back then, they were giving me good arguments about economics and all stuff, how he just basically just keeps spending, just borrowing money and just giving this money away. And I used to work with some companies that we would just benefit from Obama's free money, basically. So back when I used to work in Jersey, a lot of these phone companies, they just give you they give these free phones, right? And it was because Obama's programs. Basically, the federal government just putting this amount of money to this company, and you will see these phones. These phones were cheap. Does that mean a lot of these people were just? I mean, a lot of these companies probably were just taking a lot of money. I don't know, but a lot of these phones were cheap, man. And that happened with the healthcare system as well. It's the same concept, where the federal government is just printing money out of nowhere and just giving that for all these private sectors. And these private sectors are saying, like, it's free money. We can just give whatever service we want, just the minimum. That's what they're doing. Very interesting. I think just going to that, when it comes out of the Constitution, the Democrat Party used to be a party of American values. Right now, it's just a bunch of weird stuff, man, that I cannot even identify with. It's so far away from being an American institution. It's just about globalism, weird stuff, dealing with kids, all that weird stuff. And I'm like, man, this is not what the country was founded on. And that does worry some of the sectors of this country. I think Obama started all that stuff, man. Yeah, right now I cannot see the guy on television, man. I can see lies just coming out of his mouth like a true politician. Ugh. You can tell Thomas Sowell doesn't even like him either. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see you in the next one.